Hello, my name is Brianna Wilson. I am a fifth grade math teacher at Spring Lake Park Elementary in Texarkana, Texas. Spring Lake Park Elementary is a part of the Texarkana ISD. I am currently in my fifth year of education. I received my undergraduate degree from Sam Houston State University and a master's degree in counseling from Prairie View A&M University. My undergraduate degree is in education. So, I am going to begin to discuss the campus demographics of Spring Lake Park Elementary. Currently, we have 378 students in grade levels pre-K through 5th grade. Our socioeconomic makeup is we have 225 African American students, 29 Hispanic students, 104 white students, 0 American Indian, 0 Pacific Islander, 3 Asian, and 17 students who are considered 2 or more races. Our student socioeconomic makeup is we have 322 economically disadvantaged students, 247 students who are considered at risk. Currently, we have 35 faculty members, and our faculty ethnic makeup ranges from African American, white, to teachers who are considered to be 2 or more races, and Hispanics. Our range of faculty experience, we have some first-year teachers through teachers who have been teaching for 20 plus years and 2 teachers who actually have been teaching over 30 years. Some student academic issues of concern and cultural or social issues of concern are we have a high poverty rate and students who are considered low socioeconomic status. For this field experience activity, will be interviewing 2 teachers and a campus principal about our campus vision statement and what it means to them, and some how well they are familiar with the campus vision statement and all that goes into it. My rationale for choosing this specific option is because the campus vision is so important. It's what drives the school and describes the school's focus. It's what the school works on and what it strives to be. My discussion with my mentor to plan my interviews. During the purpose of the interviews just was to see what some teachers, my colleagues personally, thought about the campus vision, and to see if they had kind of the same viewpoint as my principal. We thought that would be a good idea. So I interviewed my campus principal, Ann Slade, and I interviewed the 2 other not fifth grade math teachers, but they're 5th grade teachers. One is Brandy Childs. She teaches science and social studies, and the other person is Chrissy McCarter, and she teaches English language arts. The interview is going to be scheduled towards the end of the first weeks. We're back in school. We kind of got our groove going on, getting back in the swing of things, and the kids are getting back in the swing of things too. So this really is going to give us an opportunity to see have we incorporated our vision in any way and how that's done since school has been back in session. There weren't any materials that were needed. I just provided each of the interviewees with a copy of the interview questions. For my interview, the campus administrator that I've chosen is Principal Ann Slade at Spring Lake Park Elementary School. So, are you aware of our campus vision statement?
Yes.
Does our campus have a written vision statement?
Yes, it does. We've tried to, every classroom should have one. Teachers were given a vision statement. It's also in our campus improvement plan. It's on our website. It's just about anywhere you look.
Okay. Would you like to?
Certainly.
Read that?
Spring Lake Park Elementary is a place where students and staff are inspired to find opportunities to succeed, grow, and become great leaders. It is a place committed to working together to build community. It is a place where we invest in the whole child. Spring Lake Park is a place that encourages educational excellence, bringing forth model citizens of the future. lead or learn, lead, transform. We are Spring Lake Park.
Okay. When were you first introduced to the campus vision?
I wasn't introduced to it, we created it. When I first became principal here, they had a vision that was outdated, that was probably, I don't know, 15 years old. And so we felt very strongly that as new principals, we needed to create a vision with voices from the staff and the students and parents and community members. And so that's what we did. So this vision is...
Okay. So you have been directly involved in the development of our vision.
Yes.
So that's a good deal because things change. So
it does. It needs to be freshened up. We revisit it every year. That's the first thing we started with last year, and this hangs. I have it actually in two spots. I have it by my door, and then I have it over by my desk so I can see it. But every teacher has that in their classroom. And the way we did that was we came together and we wrote down words or phrases that we felt strongly about that would represent us as a campus and the things that were important. And then we grouped them together and kind of separated and see kind of what everybody felt like. And then we took those and picked the biggest big ideas from it, and then a group got together and wrote it out, and then we all approved it. And our pieces of paper, you probably don't know this, but in the office over where the phone is a picture, and it has our vision written on it, but in the background it has the actual slips of paper that the teachers wrote on, and then Miss Melody painted over it and made it just kind of a piece of art.
I'm about to go back and look at that. So, well, you do have an opportunity to serve. So you've been reviewing our campus vision statement. Who do you feel should be involved in reviewing or developing the vision? I know you pretty much said everyone.
It's everybody. We got kids to write down. We had the teachers do a class activity where the kids came up with 3 words that they felt like were important to the school. And the predominant one that the kids wrote were was like leaders. And so and then we had parents give input, and then as we had volunteers come in the school, we would have them write down 3 words that they felt strongly. So we felt like we had everybody's voice.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. So, it is a shared responsibility, not just a dictatorship.
Right.
And shared responsibility between administration, teachers, parents, students, and everybody involved in Spring Lake Park.
Right. And when you become an administrator, it's important that your focus, everything that we do, revolves around our vision. Everything that we do, this year we created a mission statement. We started it last year, and then we brought it back, and it's so the things that we do should come from this, because your vision is your future. That's what you want these kids to be in the future. So this is what we work towards. So we're developing those kids.
Okay, so we just read the vision statement. So what I know what it says, but what does it mean to you, like that we need to do?
What it means to me is that we're the very best. We are putting forth great academics. We're creating leaders, and then we're addressing the whole child. We're not just a school that's addressing academics. We are trying to give them opportunities to develop into great people and have to have great character.
Okay. Do you know where a student, faculty member, well, we know all faculty members have a vision in their classrooms, where a student or a parent could get a copy
Absolutely.
of the vision?
Absolutely, we have that.
we have copies available for
Yes,
them?
it is in our campus pamphlet that is created it's updated in the summer, and that is on there. Our vision is always on there.
And you said it's online too.
It's
so
online. It's on the
everybody
website.
can access that.
Yes.
Okay. How does the campus use innovative thinking as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
I think we're innovators with our Leader in Me program because we're addressing the whole child. I think that we also address the whole child with our clubs, our Sharpen the Saw clubs, because the purpose of that is to give kids experiences that they might not have elsewhere. And we also provide that during the day, since we know most of our kids wouldn't be able to come back or stay after school for that kind of an opportunity. When we talk about in the first part where we said we're finding opportunities to work and succeed, I think that leads towards the academics, and I think that we do that this year with some of the innovative ways that we've been coaching y'all to think about your lesson planning, highlighting things and putting it on a calendar so we make sure we're hitting all our tics and our lesson plans are really well thought out, because well thought out lesson plans turns into great delivery by the teachers, and that affects the kids.
Yes. So, specifically considering our school and our community, do you feel that the vision statement sufficiently addresses the challenges our campus faces?
I do. I think right now I feel like we're having some growing pains, like with discipline on our campus. It feels a little different than it has, and so I think that is attributed to having some new teachers that are new to the campus, and even some new to the state that have not heard of Leader in Me. And our vision statement has such leadership is such a driving force, and it's who we are supposed to be. And I think this year it's not quite who we are yet, and I think that's why we're struggling with the discipline. So it does. So when we have an issue, I'm coming right back to this. Okay, where are we falling short in not achieving our vision? And to me, that's one of the things that we've, as an admin team, we've been talking about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But it'll get better.
It will get better. Yeah.
Yes, well, I can answer this for you. Our vision is inclusive and characterized by respect for our students.
Absolutely.
Of course. That's number one, and for the families in the community.
That's right.
So.
That's who we're here for. Those are our customers, and that's that's why I get up and come to work every day. And that's right. That's right. And hopefully that's why teachers are coming. That's why we put. I've never been in a school where the vision was posted in the classroom. It's always been some kind of a piece of paper that's been somewhere hidden, and we want it prominent. So it's a focal point to remember our why. This is why we're here. This is why we're doing what we're doing.
I know as for me, it's on my big Tiger News board.
That's right.
Everything.
That's right.
I got it right there. And on the first week of school, when we're going over procedures and classroom, we read that.
That's right.
Everybody knows. So, how can you assist our campus with the stewardship of our vision? Which you do.
I try to. And again, I think that's important that you keep coming back to it. It's not something that you developed and you're proud of and you just put it away. It's something that you just keep coming back to and making sure decisions are built around this. And if somebody comes and asks a question, can I go to this, or can I buy this, you can come back to that vision. Does it match the vision of the school? Is that where we want to be? Yeah, that's right.
Is that promoting? So are there any resources that could assist
with our vision?
With our vision, yes.
Our resources were teacher ingenuity and really putting that thought into that process of developing it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, to create a vision, you don't need money. It's just something where you sit down and it's if a resource is time, then that's what you have to do. Is you have to provide that time.
And we have our Leader in Me resources.
That's right.
To help us too. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Slade.
You are very welcome.
So, that was interview 1. Hello, I have Brandy Childs. She is a 5th grade science and social studies teacher here at Spring Lake Park. Hello. So, Ms. Childs, are you aware of our campus vision statement?
Yes, it is.
You are. Does our campus have a written vision statement?
Yes,
Yes.
we do.
When were you first introduced to the campus vision?
Last year when I was a brand new teacher here on the campus at the new hire orientation on our specific campus.
Okay.
So the first couple weeks before school started.
So at the new hire, you said you were introduced to Spring Lakes Park vision?
Yes, yes.
That's important. So you got the vision right off the bat.
Yes.
Okay. Were you or have you been involved in the development or revision of our campus vision
Yes, but it was later on throughout the year.
throughout the year? Do you remember how that was?
It was just in one of our meetings and they brought it up because there was a lot of newer teachers to get us on board to see how we felt about it, what changes would we make, and they took our input.
Okay. If given an opportunity to serve, would you be willing to assist in reviewing our campus
Most definitely.
vision statement? Do you think there needs to be changed or anything?
No,
No,
not at this time.
not at this time. Okay. Who do you feel should be involved in reviewing or developing a written campus vision statement?
And I feel this goes to everyone, not just teachers, but the custodians, your admin team, any instructional aides, anyone that's a leader on campus. So any kind of position and authority that's teaching students or helping students.
Okay.
So everyone.
Everyone. Okay. Do you think that the development of a campus vision is a shared responsibility? Or and if so, who do you think shares the responsibility?
Yes, I believe once again, because if you only have 1 or 2 leaders or people who believe in it, then the kids don't truly believe in it as well. So if everyone's on board and believes in it, then more kids are apt to believe in it with you and flourish and grow.
Okay. What about the kids contributing to the vision? Or what they think how our school should be?
Yes, I think they should. I think that's more buy-in and more belief in the student. But if we just say you have to do this, just like as a teacher, we would rather have input than just be told to do something. So yes.
Here at our campus, we have the Leader in Me program.
Yes.
Do you think that directly ties into our vision? Promoting leadership?
I do think we try our best to promote leadership. Yes. And I think the vision ties into that.
Okay. Can you go ahead and read the vision for us?
I sure will. Spring Lake Park Elementary Vision. Spring Lake Park Elementary is a place where students and staff are inspired to find opportunities to succeed, grow, and become great leaders. It is a place committed to working together to build community. It is a place where we invest in the whole child. Spring Lake Park is a place that encourages educational excellence, bringing forth model citizens of the future. And our mission statement. At Spring Lake Park, we are great leaders who recognize educational opportunities on a daily basis and work together to build a better community.
Great. So what does that mean to you?
I feel that we are invested in the whole child, and our goal is to build leaders, and not just in academics, but as in social as well, and not just at school, but at home as well.
Okay. Great. That's what I took from it too. So, do you know where a student, faculty member, or parent could get a copy of our written vision statement?
On the campus website.
Okay. Also, I think you know how we send home the brochures at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It's in there as well.
Yes.
So there are plenty of resources online.
And it might be on the new Facebook page. I'm not sure if it's there yet,
Yes.
but that's a place they can add it if it's
They can
not.
add it on there. So we have a lot of resources where parents and families and the community as a whole can
Yes,
find
can
our
find it.
vision. Okay, so how does the campus use innovative thinking as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
All right, I feel we have several ways. We have Tiger T, whereas if they earn all E's, and of course that goes into behavior of how your habits are, do you do your homework, how are you at school, how's your behavior. So it's not just academics but behavior as well. And we have the Tiger T, we have Silver Tray for when you're in the cafeteria. So if you clean up your trash, once again goes back to habits, how you act, are you following the rules. We do the Victory Bell. So small victories we celebrate as well as the big victories, and we choose our students who get to ring that. So I feel like that is great for teachers to be allowed to pick their child instead of just admin or someone on the outside looking in our rooms and choosing. We also have the mailboxes for students if they want to communicate good or bad concerns, and they can share with us as well. So I feel like we have a lot of avenues where we strive. And we also have Leader Vest in all grade levels, where a student, you can have student of the week, student of the month, student of the day that's showing leadership qualities can wear the vest. So I feel like we do strive in a lot of areas.
Yes, and that's really promoting the whole child, giving them numerous opportunities and chances to show their leadership and to shine and be themselves.
Yes.
So, specifically considering our school and our community, do you feel that the vision statement sufficiently addresses the challenges that our campus faces? And
Yes.
how?
I do feel like, unfortunately, our kids, low socioeconomic, sometimes seem to give up on life. I feel like due to their home life, their home circumstance, so they feel like there's no hope. So I think instilling the leadership qualities gives them that hope and shows them it's the choices you make that determine your future. So I think it's not just leadership habits, but those habits can change your future. And I think that's really our goal is for the future outlook, not just today, but tomorrow. And when you go home from here, what do you do? And from here on out.
Yes.
So I feel like, yes.
So we're making them productive
Citizens.
Yes, for the future.
Yes.
So, do you feel that our written vision statement is inclusive and characterized by respect for students, their families, and community partnerships? And how?
I do. Because like we said a while ago, it's models and citizens for the future, and of course they're going to go into the workforce, so they're going to be sharing with the community partners. We also, with the community partners coming in and visiting with us, once again, they're kind of part of that vision and seeing it and believing it, and once we instill that in our community, then the families and the students are just a little bit of it, a piece of it as well, and if they see everyone else believing in it, they'll just want it that much more, I feel like. So the statement, I feel like, characterizes everything and should just grow us as a community altogether.
True. So, you being a teacher, how can you assist our campus with the stewardship of our vision?
I feel embrace it, to share it, and most important is to model it. You know,
To model.
share the habits that when I'm at home, if I think of habits, sharing them back at school, not showing them that it's just not in school, we act like this. We do this at home as well, so I'm sharing my stories of how I overcome this or overcome that, and I'm still in charge of me, what I do first when I get home. Do I do my work, or do I just go have fun? Just setting my goals and show them that I'm reaching goals just like they are by following the habits.
Great job. So that really makes it personal.
Yes.
To see that you're doing something as well. So that really gets into the minds and the hearts of everyone in our school community.
That's right.
So do you think there are resources available that could assist with the stewardship of our vision?
Yes, I
Any
know we
resources?
have throughout the year, we have the meetings at night to try to teach the habits, because if you're not a student, then you might not know the habits. We try to teach them. There's books that different people have wrote. We have the events, and then our kids hopefully have it instilled from school. And when they go home, they share and begin using the same language at home as they do in school.
Yep.
So yes.
Sure. So if we teach them as much as we can here, that'll just help them in life further along and make them great citizens.
Yes,
in
make
the
them
future.
better for
Make
the
them
future.
better people.
That's what we're striving to do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Childs, for
Yes,
your
ma'am.
time.
Thank you.
Hello, this is my third interview, and I have Christy McCarter.
Hello.
She is the 5th grade English and Language Art teacher here at Spring Lake Park. And Ms. McCarter, how long have you been a teacher?
Well, this is my 19th year to teach. Only my second year at this school, though. I've taught first grade for 3 years. I taught 7th grade for 9 years, and then 5th grade, and then I went to 4th grade, and now I'm back in 5th grade.
Okay. So
that's
you
most of my experience.
you have a lot of experience, more than us.
I'm old. Yeah.
No, you're not. Certainly more than me. So you are well aware of campus visions
Yes.
and
Yes.
how, at different campuses, there are different visions based on the needs of that campus, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going to be interviewing you about today
Okay.
is our campus vision here at Spring Lake Park. So, are you aware of our campus vision, first of all?
Yes. We have it. I actually have mine is right back there posted by our board where we have our habits that we're really big on at our school, and that's part of our vision. So can I just read it because it's kind of long?
Oh yes,
So,
go ahead and you can go ahead and read it for us.
Okay, so our vision is at Spring Lake Park. It's a place where students and staff are inspired to find opportunities to succeed, grow, and become great leaders. It is a place committed to working together to build community. It is a place where we invest in the whole child. Spring Lake Park is a place that encourages educational excellence, bringing forth model citizens of the future. And that, that talks about them becoming great leaders, and that we work so hard on them even today being leaders. They may not be adults and grown, but they can still be leaders. So we talk about the 7 habits, which was the Stephen Covey book, but we've incorporated it into the school. So we go over habit number 1, be proactive. Take care of things before they get to be a problem. We talk about the difference between proactive and reactive. If you're proactive, you're kind of like a water bottle. When you shake a water bottle up and open it, nothing happens. But if you shake a Coca-Cola bottle up and open it, you react. And that's, a lot of kids do, and adults have a problem with reacting.
That's a great example. I'm going to have to use
Yeah.
that.
And then, I'll just tell you about, so being proactive, being a vision. So that's our vision, part of the vision is that they're proactive, because that's part of being a great leader. And then we do beginning with the end in mind, and that's good for students and teachers. Like when we're preparing lessons as teachers, we want to make sure we begin with the end in mind. Where do we want this kid to be after we teach the lesson? What product are they going to produce when we finish the lesson? And then the third one would be putting first things first. And that's a big one for our students. Like, do your homework and then play. Like, take care of your business first. And teachers need that just as much. It's not just for students. Because I'm guilty, sometimes I'll go home and instead of grade papers, I'll want to do something, watch a movie or do something else. So we've got to work continually on putting first things first.
Yeah, it's so easy when, or even just doing chores at home.
I know.
But after you had a long day, I know especially for me being pregnant, I just want to
go home and
and
sit on the
down.
couch.
And then I look over like, I could be folding clothes.
Yeah, but you need to sharpen the saw. That's number 7, where you got to relax and take care of yourself so that you can do all those things for for your husband and for your baby when she comes.
So I get it. So that's a good way that we as teachers can relate that to our students.
To our students, yeah. Because you have to practice it in order to be able to teach it. Like, you can't just tell a student it with anything. You have to practice what you preach, basically.
True.
So the 4th one is think win-win. Now this is a tough one for anybody, but especially kids. Like, it's okay if somebody else is good at something, because them being good at something can help you be good at something, and then as a whole group. And they always want to relate the think win-win to sports, in games. If a baseball team, you have 9 players. Those 9 players, you want your pitcher to do a good job pitching so that your team can be successful. But we're trying at Spring Lake Park and in our classroom to think win-win, like working together on a reading project. Like today, we're working on folk tales, and you want to be in a group where everybody's working together so that you can be successful.
True.
Like staying focused. You have to be focused to win on anything. So we're just trying to teach that to them. And then the fifth one is my favorite.
Mhm.
Seek first to understand and then be understood. So that's probably the hardest one, especially we have a student who it doesn't matter what you say, he wants to argue back, and he might be right, but we've got to take the time to listen first. And we're
He's
just
missing that understanding of other
Yes.
piece.
Yeah, just listen first. And that's hard for anybody because when you have an opinion and you think you're right, you want to be heard. So we try to switch that around and tell them, listen first. Because the other person might not be wrong, they might just be different. They might think differently than you do. And I do know adults and teachers and that's a big thing, to be open-minded and to think and to listen and let the other person have an opinion.
True.
And then the sixth one is synergizing. When you're working together to create something better. And we have to synergize all day long in class to have a successful physical environment so that our students feel, sorry, that distracted me. So they feel like they can learn, you know, and take chances. And it's okay to be wrong. We're going to work together and get it right. And then sharpen the saw.
No, that's everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
That's easy.
The kids' favorite for sure.
Yeah, then relax and spend time.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. That's definitely, since Spring Lake Park's vision is all about becoming great leaders, these 7 habits are the steps that the kids need to know so that they do become those leaders.
Right. You can't make your vision if you can't know the parts of being a good leader.
That's so true. I like what you said. So now, our next question: does our campus have a written vision statement?
Yes, and I think I talked about that.
Yeah.
I have one. We have one written. It's on orange paper. It
Yeah.
should be posted in everybody's classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it might even be like it's in the office area. So it's like wherever you go, you should be able to find the vision.
Yes, it's a clear understanding of
Yes.
where the vision is.
Yes.
So when were you first introduced to the campus vision?
First, I guess it would be last year when I started working here. We had in-service days, like pre-training for new teachers at the campus, and we talked about it then. We got it in our handbook and discussed it before we even had our first professional development. It was just the new teacher orientation.
That's good. Were you or have you been involved in the development or revision of our campus vision?
I don't think that I was actually involved in it because it was set when I got here. And I actually think that they had set it that year, like the previous year. So I mean, it's not an old vision, but it's been around for more than 1 year. So I wasn't actually in. Was it revising in it? No,
Not in the revision.
I
of
was
it?
no, I was not. Not in this one, no.
Okay. But if given the opportunity to serve, would you be willing to assist in reviewing our campus vision statement?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think that's part of is you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow out of this vision, or you're gonna change, and it needs to be tweaked a little bit or changed a little bit. So yeah, I would definitely be willing to assist in that.
Okay. Who do you feel should be involved in reviewing or developing a written campus vision statement?
Ooh, who should be involved? That's kind of, you want to say everybody, but, you definitely, our students are so young, pre-K, all the way to 5th grade, but I think that they could have an input in what they want, because they need to be in charge of their own learning. Like, what do you see as a child at the beginning of 5th grade? Where do you want to be at the end of 5th grade? Kind of. So you could give them some input. I think the wording might be a little tricky for some of them, but yeah, I think students should have an input. Teachers most definitely have an input. I even think all the office staff, any paraprofessional that's involved in here, because like Miss D, she's involved with the students. She may be out here cleaning the bathroom and they go to the bathroom and she communicates with the students and shows them that every person on our campus is
Equally important.
and should have input on what's going on. And I would even parents, because as a parent you want to be involved, or you hope, you know, that they're involved in their students' education enough to be familiar with what we expect and what we desire for them to be or to have a vision of when they leave here.
True. I totally agree. All of these people and basically work together to develop that caring community. And I think that's very beneficial for the school. So, do you think that the development of a campus vision is a shared responsibility, and who shares the responsibility? It's kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, kind of the same. Well, and I think like when we said parents involved, and even community, like you know, our district is pretty large, but we have lots of campuses, so each campus could have their own little community, like businesses even, or people on our community campus improvement committee, you know, come together and say, you know, in this area at this campus, these are what our needs are. This is what we want to happen. So I think everybody should be, you know, in some way have a input on developing.
True. So,
but that gets, I'm sorry,
no,
that gets hard because, you know, when you get a lot of people together,
it's
it's
chaotic.
like we said a while ago, that listen first, or seek to understand,
Seek first to
understand, and then to be understood. You know, when you get a lot of people together, that's
It's
when
hard.
that can be hard because you have so many different opinions. So it would have to be in an organized fashion, obviously.
True. I totally agree. So now, having read the vision statement, you just read it, and you were familiar with it, what does it actually mean to you?
It means we want students to not only be educationally successful, we want them to be successful human beings. We want them to, when they leave and grow up one day, to be able to put back to the community, give back to the community, be successful citizens, and just like it's just an all-around good human being.
True.
You know, you want somebody that you want to create an individual or help create an individual that you'd want to be friends with one day. You know, someone that wants to learn, someone that wants to be helpful and caring and kind and contribute back, somebody who wants to give back. It's kind of like a cycle, you know, because they're going to have children one day and they're going to be involved.
You hope they want to teach them to be leaders as well.
Especially if they're in our community again, you know, in the same campus.
True. So, how does the campus use innovative thinking as a learning experiment to promote campus vision?
Okay, repeat that again.
How does the campus use innovative thinking as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Ooh, innovative learning. Well, I think that kind of goes back to some of the things that we do here. Like I have a personal victory board in my room. You know, like we want to celebrate their victories. We have the victory bell. We have little things that help them, you know, grow and feel successful, and we really build in that community of, hey, John did a good job, let's celebrate with him. We do Tiger Tea, and those Tiger Tea is for our work habits. Like when you're showing those leadership habits and you're doing a good job, we celebrate you.
So
we want to
like
celebrate.
our vision says, investing in the whole child.
The whole child, yeah. It's not just, oh, you made an A on your paper, you get this. It's just as an individual, as a human being. And it says model citizen of the future. So we're just encouraging that. And I think that's so important because some students are slower learners, and they're never going to be as smart on paper as, you know, the person beside them. They're never going to be that A student, but they can be successful in so many other ways. So definitely. So I think we do a lot to celebrate that.
True. So specifically considering our school community, do you feel that the vision statement sufficiently addresses the challenges that our campus faces?
Okay, repeat that again.
Specifically considering our school and community, do you feel that the vision statement sufficiently addresses the challenges that our campus faces?
Yes, yeah. I do. Because it goes back again to being a good person, being a leader, working with the community, because the community is what supports the school. I mean, we need the community in education and everything we do. Because one day they're going to go out into the community.
True.
But, you know, our demographics here, you know, we have students who are in poverty, who grow up, you know, most of them in one family households or living with an aunt or grandparent. So we really want to, not that, and you hope that at home they're getting all these skills too, but sometimes students are lacking that and they don't get it at home, so they have to hear it and learn it somewhere. So I think it's important that we do push that for them so that when they are in the community, they reflect well on us as a school too.
True. So do you feel that our written vision statement, it has respect for our students and families as well? That's kind of what you just said.
Yeah, I think it is respectful. I mean, we know that, you know, most families, they do their best. They do what they can. And so that's what we just want to build on what they start and give them that little extra push when it's needed. And I feel like here our vision involves the parent. Like, we are very open to parent involvement, and students and parents come into school, and we even teach, you know, the habits to the parents. We have a night where we do that. So, you know, we want the parents to be involved and to feel like they have a voice.
So in what way, how can you assist our campus with the stewardship of our vision?
How can I assist? Well, I just think being involved. You know, our vision, like it says, grow the whole child. So I think what I do is I go to ball games or softball games or basketball games or band, like tonight. Well, it's the middle school kids, but I'll see some of the kids I've taught before and just see them involved in the community and know that I support them and I'm proud of them. So the more you can be involved, whether it's in school or out of school, and you know, I volunteer and help at the dances, and you know, just to be there and be involved and to let them know that you care about them as a person and as a student.
Okay, good. And you kind of already answered my last question.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Are there resources available? And yes, that's your 7 Habit resources.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a big resource. Your Leader in Me.
And we keep the leadership notebook so that we can go back and look through that, and we have a copy of it so that all the students, you know, when they leave, they'll have that document or collection of documents to take home with them.
True. Well, thank you so much, Ms. McCarter,
You're
for your
welcome.
time.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
Hello, this is Brianna Wilson, and I am here to give my post-activity reflection. Here is my analysis of the responses for each question from the interview. The development of the vision is a shared plan and a shared collaboration between many people that are involved in the school. The development of the vision has input from administrators, from teachers, from students, from parents, from community members, from people inside the school such as paraprofessionals, office staff, and custodians. This is not something that is only done by one person, but it's a collaborative approach where everyone works together to make sure that our vision is clear and goes with our school. The articulation of the vision is they find the words that are most meaningful to our campus and most meaningful to our students. For example, we are a Leader in Me school based on Stephen Covey's book and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Individuals. We have incorporated this book and this research into our campus, and that's basically what drives our vision. We are helping our students become leaders, successful leaders for the future. And with that, we make sure the way that we promote our vision is by teaching those students about the 7 habits. And it actually says it in our vision that we're helping students to become leaders. So in order to help them become leaders, we must first teach them how to be leaders and how to take care of themselves. And that's by promoting the 7 habits. The 7 habits include being proactive, beginning with the end in mind, putting first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergizing, and sharpening the saw. The implementation of the vision goes in with those 7 habits as well. We are constantly teaching the habits and teaching those students how to be leaders. And the last line of our vision states how to be model citizens of the future. We want every student on our campus at Spring Lake Park to contribute to our future, to know how to be successful in life, past just academics, but to see themselves as something more than what they already are or what they have been exposed to. So we really work together to make sure that they see different things, that they have a variety of resources here at the school to help them. Stewardship of the vision is all the teachers have an equal role in helping make the vision possible. We are the examples for the vision, and we are the people who live out the vision in order to help the students understand the vision. The vision is posted in every classroom, in all grade levels, all over campus. The vision is posted in the cafeteria, in the office, online. It is sent home with all of the students so that everyone knows about it. And that, everyone is working together to make sure that our vision is being accomplished. As I reflect on my field experience activity, what went well is I believe everything went well. My interviewees were very involved, they were very engaged, and they gave a lot of feedback. I believe that my interviewees, they are familiar with our vision, they knew exactly what it was, and know how they have implemented it in their classrooms and at the school in general. I did give them the interview questions beforehand as a resource for them to look over so that they kind of would know what to expect before we got started. So I think that was a good thing. I definitely did not catch them off guard. I just kind of gave them a hint as to what we were going to be discussing. So that went really well. I'm glad that I did that. One thing that I would change is I would probably I would incorporate teachers from other grade levels, because if you're on a 5th grade, I interviewed my principal and 2 5th grade math teachers, well, not 5th grade math teachers, but 5th grade teachers. If you're on a team with people, you kind of do things the same way. So the way that they go about implementing the vision and incorporating the vision in their classrooms might be different than other grade levels. So one thing that I would change would be I would have interviewed a teacher in another grade level to see their input, to see kind of the way maybe that they do things differently. Surprising information that was revealed through this experience is I did not know from Ms. Slade's interview that they would survey some of the volunteer moms and ask them what would they like to see. I know we always strive to include parents and make them feel involved, but I did not know that this is actually some of the parents had a direct influence on our campus vision. That made me happy to know that we are including everybody and basically creating that caring community. This experience will transform my practice as an administrator because I see the background of how a vision statement is developed. Also, it lets me know, kind of based on our vision statement here as a teacher, what other staff members think about visions and other ways that they think that they can incorporate it in their classrooms. And I see some of the ways that they can incorporate it and some of the ways that they may struggle. So I will be able to help them implement this everywhere, and so that a whole school is on one accord.